messages, signs, ways to know that you're dealing with a fake chosen one. Okay? We're going to give you the signs. Okay. Let me bring my little ring light up closer, y'all. Get real close and personal here. I got to move some stuff around. Don't mind my hair. I've been busy working. All right. This is how you gonna know and spot a fake chosen one, okay? First and foremost, we gotta start off with what is a chosen one? Okay. A chosen one, the term is very overly used. I will say that. A lot of people think that they're a chosen one. They are in fact not. And it's not about that you aren't chosen, it's that you didn't choose the path of the chosen one. Really, there's a path. It's not an individual person, it's a path. So the path of the chosen one is a specific ritual. A chosen one is somebody who decides to take a path that is ritualistic. This is lifelong. This is not 1 minute you're chosen, 1 minute you're not, then you are. This is not. The path of the chosen is lifelong. What's up, Tootie? It's a lifelong path. You are on this path for the beginning of your life until the end of your life. There is no wavering. So someone who falls off the path is not chosen. They chose the path, but the path didn't choose them. If you are a chosen one, you chose the path and the path chose you. Okay? All right. So here are some signs to spot out a fake chosen one. Because we understand that it's not one person, it's a path that a person is called to take. They answer the call, they feel the call, the path calls them, they answer the call. Now you're in union with this lifestyle. Now you're in flow. Now you are in ritual. This is a ritualistic, sacred agreement. Different rituals will play out. Okay? Okay. So, how you know that somebody is not on the path? Because they are not truly chosen. That person is going to have a lust and a love for money and material possessions. They're going to want all the riches in the world. And I mean, who doesn't want to be taken care of? Who doesn't want to be happy in life and not worrying about money? But no. This person makes it an obsession. They have to get success. They have to get money. If they don't have success or money, they're as good as, right? That's the number one way you're going to know somebody's not a chosen one. They are obsessed with money, success, women, men, cars, clothes, the newest whatever. They're obsessed with it. Hold up, y'all. Let me grab my charger because we're gonna be here for a little bit. And I don't want my phone to die. But we're gonna get on it. Let me grab my charger, plug it into the ring light. Spirit is like, listen, honey, we gonna be here for a little minute. And we need you on point. Okay, hold on. I'm having a grandma moment right now. Okay, grandma moment is over. All right, boom. Thank y'all for your patience. Cool, grandma moment is over. So the first way that you're gonna know somebody is not really a chosen one, the path didn't choose them, or they didn't choose the path. Is that they're gonna have a lust for life, not like an inspiration or a motivation to live. They're going to be following their carnal pleasures. So, what do I have to do to make more money? What do I have to do to get this? What do I have to do to do that? What do I have to do? They're gonna be obsessed with the world. That is not a chosen one. A chosen one is not truly connected to this world, because if you understand what this world really is, It's a realm, and it's not a high vibrational realm. So everything that you see in this world is literally an illusion. Real life is what is beyond this realm, or when we go to sleep, or whatever the case may be, right? That's real. That is what real life is. This is a simulation version of life. This is not real life, okay? It's real, but it's not real life, okay? So boom, that's the number one way you'll know. Obsessed with money, obsessed with materials, obsessed with having the biggest this, the biggest that, obsessed. The second way that you'll know that somebody's not a chosen one, they compete. Very competitive. I don't mean like they compete in a game. Oh, that was fun. We had some friendly competition. They compete with everything. They want to look better than the best. They want to have more than the most. They're very competitive. When you're a chosen, you don't have to compete because Most High provides everything that you need. So why would we be competing when the Most High has already promised you what is to be given, and all you have to do is follow directions? Like, when you start to see these things, you're going to be like, damn. Damn. They don't compete. A chosen one does not compete. They literally, if there's a situation where they're put into a space where they need to compete or do something to prove something that isn't even real in the first, they'll walk away. They don't compete. A chosen one is not about competition. And if you are a true chosen one, you know everything that you've gotten, literally, everything that you've gotten, it was for you. You could have waited 6 months to apply to that job, and you waited 6 months and still got it. You could have, you could be in a whole different state and you want to move to a whole nother state. First priority is first come, first serve. But the reason why you get it is because it was yours already. It was not for anybody else. It was yours. It was reserved for you. So a chosen one, a true chosen one, never compete. They're not competing. They won't. They won't try to outdo another person. They won't try to one up another person because they don't have to. They know that whatever is for them, they will be guided towards it in a ritualistic manner, meaning you may be initiated. You may go through some trials and tribulations as an initiation because this is the ritualistic path that you chose as a chosen one. That was a calling on your life. You know that you don't have to work to get a promotion. You don't have to, outdo the next person to get ahead in life. The chosen are very meek people. They're not concerned with worldly shit. They're not concerned with casual small talk. They're not concerned with who has the biggest this or the biggest that. They are literally only concerned with the mission that they are being asked to carry out. That's it. That's the only thing a chosen one cares about. So the fake chosen ones, they are not on mission. Their mission is not in alignment with certain things. So they will compete. They'll work extra hard with pretty much no return. They'll do a bunch of shit and it doesn't end up being shit because it wasn't shit to begin with, because there was nothing to attain in that direction that they went in. Okay. The other way that you can spot a fake chosen one, they are easily influenced. Okay? They're easily influenced. So, what we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and do a little cleanup. Because the energy ain't in alignment. It's giving fake chosen one. Anyways, The other way that you'll know that there's a fake chosen one, they're easily influenced. Somebody can come up and tell them, like, hey, this is the new hip trend. It's to disrespect yourself and call yourself this. That's the hip trend. And they'll be like, oh, okay, that's the hip trend. That's the hip trend. Okay. All right. I'm fucking with it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to call myself a loser. Yeah, because that makes me fit in. That's a fake chosen one. A true chosen one, um, they they are peculiar. They stand out. You can spot a chosen one quite literally anywhere. It's the person that does not fit into the scene. They look different, they talk different, they act different. It's not a forced either. It's not something that they force. It's just naturally how they are. Also, another way to know that somebody's a fake chosen is that, and this is quite obvious, you could see this with anybody. Someone who doesn't practice what they preach. Someone who says one thing and does another. So this could be in any context. They may say that they're a righteous person, they love people, but then they betray and backstab people. Or this could be that it's just like their actions and their words don't align at all. They may say that they can't stand this thing, but secretly they love it. It doesn't match. Okay? It doesn't match. And a true chosen one, they will say something like, I am a being of light, or I love animals. And you will see that they love animals. They surround themselves with animals. They, you know, they do these different things. Their energy matches. Who they say they are is really who they are. Okay? The reason why I'm calling out how to spot a fake and how to tell what the real one is, because there's a such thing as people trying to destiny swap, which is they will attempt to take your path because they see where your path leads, but they haven't truly did the work. They may not even be called to that path, or they didn't answer their calling, so they want to kind of like take over yours. That's why I'm giving the difference between the real and the not real. That's pretty much what it is. Also, how you know who a chosen one is. This is how you know, I know this is how to spot a fake, but how you know who a chosen one is, they've been severely humiliated in their life. They've been embarrassed, they've been outcast. That is a part of the ritual of the chosen path. That's why a lot of people want to be a chosen one, but they don't actually want to do the work of being a chosen one because there are specific rituals as a chosen one that you do. And you may not be aware of it. There's certain initiations that you have to pass. One way to spot a fake chosen one as well, they can never be by themselves. They hate being by themselves. They may say that they like to be by themselves, but the minute that they get in that silence, in that solitude, they're trying to find something to fill the void. They may be trying to reach out and reach people over here and contact people over here. And maybe they're not reaching out, but internally they're trying to get some energy from somewhere. A true chosen one reaches out to God or Mother Goddess, Mother God, Father God. A true chosen one does not go to people. They don't go to the eye doctor for a foot problem. What's up, Amelia? She said, I'm glad I clicked on this, listening while I get ready for work. Yeah, take a listen. Those who are truly chosen actually prefer to be alone. They prefer their solitude because they understand that because they're on such a rigorous path, that any distraction that they fall into could take them off their path. They can always get back on their path if they choose to. If the path called them and they choose to go on the path. Now, if the path didn't call you, There's not, you're not, that's, if you weren't called, you're not ready to be on this chosen path. If you're called, but you ignore it, you're off your path. Okay? Okay. Another way to know that there's a fake chosen one, they mirror chosen ones. A fake chosen one, when they do see a real chosen one, they study the fuck out of that person. They look at all their mannerisms and then they proceed to act like them and mirror them. And a lot of them do this because they want to gain the trust of the real chosen one. So they, oh, you like crystals? I love crystals. Like, yeah, I have so many crystals. Oh, you like to read tarot? I just got a new tarot deck. Do you want to see it? It's like they will literally mirror every single element about you. What you will tell, though, as a chosen one, what you can tell about who's not a real, there will be a limit to how far they go. So let's say you are chosen and you have all these expansive ideas and beliefs. You believe that love is love and you're not going to judge somebody because of who they love. They'll be like, oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I do think that love is love, but I don't know about that one. That's how you know. They'll mirror every single thing. It'll be like, damn, are we the same person? They'll mirror every single thing up until the point where they can't. They won't be able to go further with mirroring you because you're shining a light on them. So someone who's not chosen, who's trying to fake it, they will agree with pretty much everything that you say. But there will be certain things that it's like when you put salt across a doorway. They can walk with you up to your door, but as soon as you walk through the door and you're like, come on in, they can't go any further. Okay? Are you following me? Okay. And these are all off the dome. I haven't written the list down. Also, a fake chosen one, they'll be obsessed with the traits of a chosen one. So they'll ask chosen ones like, how do you do this? What do you do? Or how do you know that this is the right? They'll study you. A real chosen one knows that they're chosen. Like, if you're chosen, a lot of this shit that I said, you didn't need this video for me to help you know that you're chosen. You knew this already. You've always been an outcast. You've never fit in. You're not easily influenced. People really can't control you. Maybe when you were younger, but as an adult or as you're walking into your awakening, you do what the fuck you want. Like, you're not interested in worldly. So a lot of the things where I said this is how you know a chosen one versus a fake, you already knew. You didn't need a list. The fake chosen ones, they have to think, what makes a chosen one? Well, I can tell that they've always gone through this and that, and they have to study you. They don't know how you know certain things. The answer is the Most High. So someone who's like, how did you know that? How did you know I was going to say that or do that? My mama told me. A number one really, 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 really big sign of how to know how to spay a fake chosen one, or just a fake in general, is that, let's say there's a disagreement or an argument. The fake chosen one will literally go and tell everybody that is willing to listen, this person did this, and they did that, and they did this and that, and they're horrible, and I don't like them, and they're jealous of me. They're just jealous. They will go on a whole smear campaign. They will gossip, they will lie, they will manipulate a narrative. And if you don't know both stories of a situation or both sides, you may not know that the liar is lying. But a fake chosen one will spread the bullshit about you. Just smear it. Or whoever did them wrong, they gonna smear it around. Yeah, this motherfucker's not as cool as you think they are. They're this, and that. A true chosen one goes to their ancestors, goes to the Most High. A true chosen one does not need to smear another person's name. A true chosen one will be like, you know what? I need to go within. This happened. Let me go into isolation. Okay? Let me go into isolation. Okay? Exactly. Fundamental things that they don't agree with or can't do. Yes, Amelia. A true chosen one will go into isolation and seek God when they've gone through some sort of heavy betrayal or mistreatment. They're not going to go to people because, again, a true chosen one's only purpose and desire and mission is to do what Most High, Creator God, Mother Goddess has appointed them to do. They have no interest. Like, true chosen ones, they don't really be wanting to work 9-to-5 jobs because they don't want to be controlled by something else, because they know that the control from something else is not in alignment with their mission. True chosen ones don't really like to be involved in like things that influence them too much because they know it could take them off their mission. All right. Simple things like that. So I say this to say there's a lot of people on YouTube and YouTube land and tarot land and spiritual land claiming that they are a chosen one and they love God and they love this and that. But ask them if there's a such thing as a mother goddess. Ask them if they believe that all love is equal love in a high vibrational sense. Ask them how they feel about certain things. And you can easily see they're not chosen. And I say this to say that a lot of people are on YouTube who need to be in therapy, who need to be in isolation, healing themselves, and they're on YouTube trying to give readings and tell people advice, and they are straight up spewing karmic energy. They are literally not. They're not. You cannot advise. You're not authorized to advise people. That's why you attract the certain people that you attract when you're doing things, because your energy is not aligned. You're not in alignment. You need to go talk to Mother Goddess and Father God and get some healing. Okay? There's a lot of, I'm seeing it. It's popped up a lot. You can tell when there's a chosen one reading or giving spiritual advice. They've actually lived through the things that they are saying or advising. They're not speaking from outside the club. Okay. So I just want to keep y'all in the know about that, because I don't want y'all here just listening to readings just because it sounds nice or they have a lot of followers or whatever. And then you start to piece together what's going on. A lot of the karmic readers will put themselves in a position as if they are the chosen when they are actually the karmic energies that they're reading. And if you are really truly insightful, you'll be able to spot the inconsistencies. You'll be able to see it. It's the lifestyle. Like, a true chosen one is not out here glorifying worldly things and then turning around and saying, oh my God, I love Mother Goddess. They're not doing that. That's a fake. A true chosen one had no desire in the first place to glorify anything worldly. They don't glorify anything worldly. You can't catch them talking about the latest gossip about celebrities. They don't give a fuck about that because they know that that is a part of the illusion and the simulation. That's a part of the game. The true chosen one's only mission is to accomplish what the mission is. It's not to sit here and get distracted by the big flashing lights. So people who are partying and people who are just out here in the world, just happily embracing the world. Really and truly, the chosen ones are introverts. But sometimes spirit will call them to go on a mission and do this. Go do this for me. Go talk to this person for me. Go see this. Go talk about that. Go over here and investigate that. that's how they get out of the house, or that's how they get out of their comfort zone, is that they're called to do certain things. They're not showing up every day at the club. They're not showing up every day hanging out at all. They actually enjoy their alone time. And I don't just mean periods of alone time. I mean true chosen ones that chose the path and the path chose them. They can go months and years in isolation, like the hermit card. The hermit is the alchemist. That's the wizard. That's the alchemist. They so deep in themselves that they gotta have a little light to lead them, because they're so inside of themselves. They gotta pull their little lamp out and start figuring out, how did I get all the way in here? Let me find my way to the, okay? They're so deep within themselves that like they don't have a desire to be getting caught up in other shit. The magician is the hermit when the hermit is younger. The magician is the, I can show you this and I can show you that. Want to see a magic trick? Yeah. That's the magician. They're performing their abilities and their talent. The alchemist is somewhere on a motherfucking side quest in a cave trying to figure out how to get back to their consciousness, because they stuck in they subconscious exploring all kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? That's a true. One thing I will also say to know how to spot a fake chosen, they have not gone through a specific initiation. There's a humiliation initiation, and then there's one where you are literally isolated, like ripped away from every single person that you know, and you're put in a space where you're alone. It's called like a vision quest. You're put in a space where you're alone. You probably fast for a certain amount of time, or your diet is very, very strict. Like you cannot eat extracurricular shit. And you go through a deep, intense spiritual process where you start seeing the truth about things. You confront the shadows within yourself. You see them head on, face to face, and you know, you work on the inner healing. That is a very specific ritual of initiation that every single chosen one goes through. Some chosen ones go through that when they're like early in life, when they're young. So this could be like, you know, they get ripped away from everybody that they know somehow, some way, and they go through a specific initiation. One thing that I also noticed with chosen ones, they have at least experienced mortifying the flesh. That is another initiation or ritual that you can do as a chosen one. Chosen ones, and I'm saying this because I know there's some fake chosen ones who think that they're chosen that are going to watch this. The information I'm giving is, you can't use it to your advantage, because the path of a chosen one will always be the path of a chosen one. So there's nothing that you can do to manipulate it to like, oh, I'm going to mortify the flesh and be a chosen. No. That would only hit for a chosen. You can't force yourself on this path. You can't force yourself into this unless you were called. If you were called, you can get back into your calling. Okay. But the mortifying of the flesh is a specific ritual / initiation. It starts off as an initiation and then it becomes a ritual that you can do. Mortifying the flesh is an initiation that will happen when you are around so much dark energy and you have so much darkness around you that your flesh, right, your spirit will basically dominate your flesh. Your spirit will make it to where you're not eating for a long period of time and you're not sleeping. And you have no desire to like, for vices. You're not having sex. It's like fasting, but your entire flesh is fasting. You're fasting from sleep. You're fasting from food, sex, vices, smoking, drinking, people, everything all at once. And it is also usually when you're in a space of isolation. When you get to that point of mortifying your flesh, you see the spiritual world for exactly what it is. You will basically walk into the spiritual realm. So you don't go to sleep. You don't sleep for like over 24 hours at the same time of not eating for over 24 hours, at the same time for not talking to anybody outside of yourself for more than 24 hours, at the same time of wah, right? Like, It's a very intense, deep, deep, deep spiritual process. And it's when there's a lot of spiritual energy around you and darkness that is maybe either trying to attack you or that is surrounding you, trying to dim your light. You literally step out of the physical realm. You basically disconnect from the physical realm, because when we go to sleep, we essentially we reset the reality. When we go to sleep, we go to sleep, we rest our body, our mind and subconscious rest or whatever, process the thoughts of the day, and then before you wake up, you're in another reality. It's different from when you went to sleep. When we eat, we are physically connecting ourselves to this realm, similar to Hades, Persephone, right? When Persephone went to the underworld, Hades was like, you got to eat 9 pomegranate seeds. And Persephone was like, okay, because she didn't know. But when she ate those pomegranate seeds, she was connected to the underworld. Now she is a part of the underworld because she ate the food. Okay. Smoking, obviously, drinking is, pretty obvious. It's a vice, it's a distraction. And people, because spirits move through people. It's never like, you never have to get mad at a person for what they do, because it's 9 times out of 10 not them. It's their vulnerability, insecurity, their jealousy, their envy that is a portal for spirits to enter them and then use their vessel to attack you or distract you or, get information, whatever. So when you mortify the flesh, you literally sacrifice every fleshly desire, even if you think it's a necessity. Sleep and food are technically necessities, but every other, you mortify the flesh by you basically kill the flesh while you're still alive. You deprave it of any and all physical, carnal, and desires in order to raise your frequency. Then that way, when you raise your frequency, you're in the spirit realm and you can see the spirit realm very clearly. You can see the spirits walking around. You can hear the people talking about you from miles and miles away. Yeah. So yeah, that's how you know the difference between a fake chosen one and a real chosen one. They mirror, not really, but they have a polarity to them. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of people trying to destiny swap right now with chosen ones. They are very silly to do such. It's obviously not going to work. It never has and it never will. I've never seen a successful destiny swap. It just doesn't work. Destiny swapping is a manipulative tactic to get the person with the destiny to basically mind fuck them into believing that that's not their destiny and they're actually the person that wants to swap with them. It is like one big fucking manipulation tactic. And it's hilarious, because what ends up happening when people try to destiny swap, they sign up to be on the chosen path. Oh yeah, you're gonna get this in the future. I want that. I want the fame. Right? The destiny swap from the beginning, anybody trying to destiny swap with you is not a chosen one, because from the beginning their desire to walk in your shoes is based off one of these things that I just said. They either acting like something that they're not, they are materialistic, want the worldly things, and so they're looking at the end goal. They're looking at, you're headed there. A lot of chosen ones don't recognize where they're headed, or they don't know what the outcome for them, the ultimate reward is. They just chose to not be like the others. They just chose to walk the path and distinguish themselves from the others. They just chose to follow what just felt naturally good for them instead of what everybody else wants them to do. So a lot of chosen ones don't see that, like, the path that they're on is going to lead to a lot of this, that, and that, right? Basically like the kingdom, queendom of heaven, right? And the people who are trying to destiny swap, they only see the overall. They don't really see or acknowledge, or they don't put validation maybe into what it actually feels like to walk the path to get there. So when people try to destiny swap, what ends up happening is that they find out what it is, that how you are, who you are. They study you a lot. Oh, okay, you like to do tarot, you like to meditate a little bit. Oh, okay. That's how come you're chosen, because you meditate and you do tarot. And then when they approach you, I love your tarot. And I saw your meditation video. It was so great. They'll do that in the beginning to mirror you. And then once they get to a point where they feel like you trust them, then they start manipulating and picking. Oh, I love tarot, but, I just feel like, the Bible is way more accurate if you just read the Bible. They try to convert your views to what their views are. So if you say like, oh yeah, I love to eat vegan food, I love to eat like healthy foods and stuff, they'll be like, yeah, I like to eat healthy foods too, I'm all about it, right? Then they get your trust, and then when you get closer to them, you can see that's not true. And then you also see that they're like, hey, you want to try like this mayonnaise sandwich? It's really good. Or, hey, do you want to try, not mayonnaise sandwich, do you want to try this tuna sandwich? It's really good. After you told them that you were vegan. All these things like that. And then when you do give into it, now they're like, you know what? I don't eat meat. Like, they'll come back later switching it up. I don't eat meat. And I remember last week when I offered you a tuna sandwich, you ate it. Like, they'll start to take on what you are, who you are, little aspects about you, and take it on as themselves. And then they'll try to essentially project who they really are onto you and judge you for it and get you to question yourself. So they'll be like, oh, you're a fake spiritualist. You're not really spiritual. I'm really spiritual because I'm doing this, this, and that, or whatever, right? They will literally wear your aura or try to wear you and pretend to be you. But the thing about it, when people do that, what they don't understand, which is why destiny swapping is not real, it is a mind fuck. It's manipulation. That's all it is. It's not, nobody's really taking your destiny. The conversation crap is real, exactly. What ends up happening when people do this is that they basically sign up to experience how you got to the point in your life that they start copying you or switching out personalities. They sign up for the whole journey to get to that point. So if you had a situation where you became vegan, the journey of becoming vegan could have been that you have horrible health issues, you get sick to your stomach whenever you eat certain things, and that's why you chose to become vegan. So when somebody says, I am this now, you're not that, you're this, and you should be ashamed of that, when they try to project their identity onto you, what ends up happening is that now they're about to have a whole string of health issues. And they're going to be like, what's going on? What's happening? What's this? What's that? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Until they realize, okay, maybe it's because I need to be vegan, which they may or may not choose to go forward and do. People don't understand that everybody who has success in this and that, they all have a path of which they took to get there. There were different circumstances that pushed them. There were different lessons that they learned. So when you try to be something that you're not and try to be fake and pretend that that's what you are, you're signing up for lessons, especially if you're targeting a certain person and trying to be them. You sign up for the very same fucking lessons that that person had to learn to get to the point that they're at. And a lot of people who destiny swap, they can't do it. So essentially, oh, I'm vegan, they're copying you. They're going to start going through the health issues. And then they're going to be like, yeah, no, fuck this. I don't want this. I don't want this. They're going to disqualify themselves because Spirit never says no. It says either yes, wait, or I have something better for you. Spirit doesn't say no. Spirit never denies your requests. Literally. They don't. They either say yes, wait, or I have something better. They never say no. So if somebody is trying to copy you and walk in your shoes, Spirit will not tell them no. They will tell them wait. The wait will be, let me see if you are walking that walk. If you talking the talk. Okay? That's why, you see what I'm saying? Certain people have experienced certain hardships because they're trying to be something that they're not. And they don't have the spiritual protect, like the chosen ones have spiritual protection because they chose that path and it chose them, and it's in alignment with what they're supposed to do, so they have protection because of that. That's a part of the agreement to this ritualistic way of life. If you are not chosen and you try to imitate a chosen one, you don't have the protection. For example, there's a lot of people that want to be like black people. They want to say the N-word. Okay? Black people, melanated people, whatever you want to call them, this is just an example. They actually went through them trenches to be able to say that. There's actually a context for them to say it. There's actually history behind that. So when somebody who's trying to be black says that word, that's why everybody jumping on your ass now, because you don't have the ancestral protection from said trials and tribulations. Happy Black History Month, by the way, y'all. Anyways, that's a little bit of a controversial take because black is not really the melanated people. That's not really our identifying factor. That's not who we are. That's what society has tried to tell us. But just giving that as an example, that's what'll happen to a destiny swapper. They try to do what you do and say what you say, they gonna start getting jumped and they ain't got no protection. You do what you do and say what you say, you're protected. Because this is a part of your destiny. This is a part of your path. This is your lineage. This is you're in alignment. But somebody who's like, yeah, N-word, they cut the mic, they hear the record scratch, motherfuckers looking at them. So do you see why, with that example alone, why people who want to say the N-word so bad, why do they want to say it? Because they want the destiny of the melanated people. They want to be able to enjoy the rewards of the rich culture. But they have not put any sort of ancestral, if anything, their ancestors was oppressing. But they haven't put forth any sort of ancestral sacrifice. They sacrifice, but they sacrifice themselves by oppressing, because now they're always indebted to obsessing over the melanated people. You ever wonder why, like, people of different, like, non-melanated people, they always nosy, they always want to know what you doing, they always want to see what you got going on? That is their obsession. They're obsessed. They're obsessed because they sacrifice their lineage to try to oppress. So now they naturally are obsessed with us. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, that's pretty much how you know how to spot a fake. I mean, really and truly, if you're real, you gonna spot a fake regardless, because you're real and real recognize real. So you're gonna know if somebody is also chosen because they don't just mirror things to you. You can tell by their everyday daily life. What they say they do, they live by what they say. They don't just say like, oh, I'm celibate and I have not been sleeping with anybody. And then you see them outside the club at 2 a.m. talking to a little shorty around the corner, getting up in that car. They looking real close. They bumping peas and all that shit. That's not a chosen. A chosen, they tell you this is who I am. You see it and spirit proves it to you. Spirit affirms them. Spirit backs them up on that through various different situations. So I just want to say before we close out, be safe out here. Those of y'all who is over here messing around with chosens, be very fucking safe. Because the chosens have a purpose and a mission. They're not out here frolicking. And when you disturb their purpose or when you try to come in and interfere, you bring heavy karma to yourself. Because you're not interfering with the person that you see. You're interfering with the Most High's plans. And they're using that person to complete a plan. So when you go against a chosen, you don't really go against a chosen. You go against a whole legion of angels, a whole army of archangels, Most High, spirit guides, passed on loved ones. Careful out here. Careful, careful. Careful. You might get hurt. Watch where you're going. Look both ways before crossing. Because those are things that cannot be taken back. You can't go and apologize to God. I'm so sorry I tried to interfere with your plan. No. Once God sees that you're being used by the enemy to interfere, God is taking the enemy and you out of the equation. So be careful. You could fuck up your life trying to fuck with a chosen one. You really could. Last thing I want to say is that in this society, what we consider to be celebrities are mockeries of chosen. They're mockeries. Reason being is that they try to reflect this chosen and exclusiveness, but they blaspheme everything about a chosen one. So they're in like the materialistic energy. Oh, I have everything that I need because I'm a celebrity. They're mocking the chosen because the chosen, they don't look like they have everything, but literally whenever they need something, whenever they need this or that, God is providing for them. But they don't flash it out. Okay? When it comes to even the paparazzi taking pictures of celebrities and all this and that, that is a mockery of the fact that when people are too much in chosen's energy or too much studying them or getting too close, the Most High will pull them into isolation. So the celebrities who are like, oh, no pictures, please, it's a mockery of the chosen. The whole industry is a mockery of the chosen. It is. It is. They are asking demonic energies for favors and things and being used and drained and sucked dry. That is the low vibrational energy of it. The Most High will test you and put you through different circumstances and situations to test your spirit and see how strong and faithful you are, and then reward you for that. Do you see what I'm saying? So be careful out here, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of fakes and phonies on this app, on TikTok and on YouTube. And they be swearing that they live in peaceful and they have a peace of mind. They sleep every night and God has got them. And that is not I don't know what God they're talking about, but it's not the Most High. The Most High do not got them like that. The Most High is actually teaching them a lesson, and that's probably what they're not sharing with you or showing you, that they're being taught a lesson about being deceptive and being liars and such. So every single person that says God or the Most High is not talking about your God or the God of your people. Just keep that in mind. All right, stay safe, y'all. Mwah. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.